Solana holders, what we are seeing right now is absolutely insane and rarely ever happens. And in today's video, I want to explain to you exactly what just happened and why it is so important, especially if you're a Solana bull. And with that in mind, let's not waste any more time at all and let's get straight into the video. Now, what we can see here is that Solana's price has absolutely been taking a beating, so much to the fact that we just got a fake out, then a breakout to the downside of this macro wedge, one of the most bearish moves that a crypto can make, especially within a bull market. But not to cause any worry, in my opinion, which is where we are right now, is that the market is going to drag anything down with it. And as Bitcoin continues lower, the altcoins are going to follow, and that's just as simple as it is. But something is happening a little bit more behind the scenes with Solana right now that, again, is absolutely insane. Now, what we're going to be focusing in on today is what is happening here on our daily RSI. Because Solana, for the first time since September of 2023, so almost a full year ago, just dipped into oversold territory. Now, you may think, well, it's just the RSI, Tyler. It's not that important. No, that couldn't be further from the truth. And I'm going to show you what's happened the last 6 or 7 times that Solana's gotten down here and what the price has done as a result of it. So let's go over the last 6 times that this has happened since January of 2022, because of course it has been absolutely insane. I've drawn in some vertical bars at each time that this has happened so we can see a reflection of it here on the price to know what the price was doing at the time and what happened afterwards. So going into the very first time, and most recently in which this happened, we obviously saw the bottom of this macro move to the downside, in which Solana then looked to continue upwards, in which we saw again, I believe this was like 1200% or something like that, if I remember correctly. Yeah, about a 1200% gain off of that final dip. Before that, we of course saw the bottom of this dip, in which Solana's price then climbed about 120%. The time before that, we of course saw Solana's price put in the bottom of the bear market, in which it went on to put in about 180% gain before consolidating and going up about 2000% from there. The time before that, we actually saw a time in which we didn't get a crazy big bounce, but we still got a bounce. Solana, from the bottom in which it put in on this candle into the recovery, went up 45% before eventually continuing back downwards. Now we then put in another low down here and continued upwards, but even here, a 45% bounce is a crazy big bounce, especially considering the time in which we were in. Going before that, what we can see is that Solana, although it was not able to, put in a macro bottom because we were in a bear market, and that's just what happens, we still got this move in which Solana's price went up 46% after putting in this oversold on the daily RSI. And one more time before that, we of course saw, while we were still in the bear market, Solana putting in a pump of about 41% after putting in a daily RSI oversold reading. So even in the bear market, when this happened, we saw Solana's price climbing 40 to 50%. In the beginning of the bull market, 100 to 1000%. And I still believe that we are in a bull market now. And so the fact that we are seeing Solana's daily RSI showing the same reading that we saw back there is just another reason for me as to why I am still accumulating. I posted in my server earlier, medium DCA on Solana at $114, because I am confident that in a moment like this, we can see Solana's price climb. I do think that we could see this thing start to try to find some support. And even after that purchase at $114, guys, it's not a ton, but I'm up, 3% in the last few hours. Go me, you know what I'm saying? Dinner's on me tonight. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, in moments like this is when you need to look for these signs. This is when you need to look for these signals. You need to avoid the thought processes. You need to avoid all the scary stuff that comes with all these headlines and everybody screaming that this is the end of the market and that we're going to see everything disappear and that we've never seen this before and all this crazy stuff. And you just need to look at the data. You guys know I actually have a second YouTube channel. It's called The Crypto Catch Up. And what we've been doing is talking about the fact that there are so many metrics happening right now that are pointing to the fact that this is a good buying opportunity. On top of that, I did a live stream earlier. It was about 15-20 minutes ago, where for 30 minutes I went over the fact that we've seen this in the market before, and people are lying to you by telling you that this has never happened before, that this has never happened to Solana before in a bull market, because it has happened, and we have seen growth as a result of it. And so make sure, if you do want even more information about that, you guys do go down to the links in my description and go check out my second channel. But at the end of the day, guys, you need to just stick to the data, because it's the only thing that is emotionless. And pay attention in moments like this, because when everybody's running and everybody's bleeding and everybody's scared and fearful, this is the moment in which we say, holy shit, the last time this happened, we saw hundreds of percentages of gains. Maybe it's at minimum just a decent time to dollar cost average in. Because no, I'm not saying that Solana can't go lower. It would actually kind of surprise me if we don't see $100 Solana, because we're just this close to it at some point. So I am aware that it may continue lower, but I'm not caring. I don't care what happens in the short term. I am chasing long-term gains. Therefore, I cannot concern myself with short-term losses. I need to concern myself with long-term gains or long-term losses. And so if Solana's price does continue a little bit lower in the short term, it does not bother me. I will continue to dollar cost average. I will continue to buy because historically speaking, the type of move we're in right now has been one of the best times to buy. So that's what I'm doing. And so in today's video, I wanted to wrap that up for you. Just talk a little bit about what's going on there. And of course, I have multiple other vids coming out today. Maybe a Jasmine, maybe Bitcoin, render. Stay tuned. Not going to spoil it, but make sure you check that out. And guys, again, don't forget, if you do want even more information from me on the broad market, what's happening from a macro perspective, go check out the Crypto Catch Up. Fresh new channel. Feels amazing to be over there. I'm loving it. So definitely go check it out. But overall, of course, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.